This is Top 30. Coming up, scientists have discovered how to reverse wrinkles and hair loss. The fallout from Roseanne's latest apology.
I'm so sorry that you thought I was racist.
And it took decades, but this man's dream was worth the wait. Welcome to the show. I'm Kristen Smith, and here are 30 things you need to know today. Do you think it's possible for airline seats to get even more uncomfortable? That's what the Wall Street Journal wanted to ask the top executives of large U.S. airlines. But they wanted to interview them in the actual coach seats of their own planes to, quote, explain why they think the skinny confines of coach today are acceptable. Two executives agreed, Delta CEO Ed Bastian and American CEO Doug Parker. Both men are 6'3", but neither apologized for the tight seats. The airline industry measures rows based on the seat pitch. It's the distance between a seat and the one behind it. Delta's is 31 inches. Bastian says it won't get lower. American has settled on 30 inches. It tried to go to 29, but had to back off when people complained. Both say customers can have more room, but they'll have to keep paying for it. By the way, there was a third executive who declined the coach seat interview, the CEO of United. Two Georgia police officers were fired after they used a coin flip app to determine if they should make an arrest. The incident was caught on their body cams.
Who's that?
A head, R tail.
Okay.
Courtney Brown and Chrissy Wilson pulled over Sarah Webb for speeding. She was arrested, but Webb's charges were dropped following an investigation that revealed the coin flip. And a new study reveals the #1 thing Americans are saving their money for is travel. It beat out retirement and even a house or a car. Building up an emergency fund was second, and finally, retirement was third. Now watch as 10-year-old Waylon gets emotional when his parents surprise him with a puppy.
There she is.
Nothing cuter than a boy and his dog. Let's go to the floor of the New York Stock Exchange now for our Fox Business Minute with Nicole Petalides. Nicole, now even our clothes are getting smarter.
That's right, Kristen. Tommy Hilfiger is out with a line of smart clothing that rewards you for wearing it. It's smart chip technology. Will track how often you wear them and where you go with them on. For those concerned about privacy, the company says the chips are encrypted and can be turned off at any time. Americans are no longer drinking Budweiser and Bud Light beers like they used to. Parent company Anheuser-Busch said U.S. revenues fell in the last quarter. This as consumers opt for craft beers, wine, and spirits. Spotify is still the biggest subscription music service around. The company hit 83 million paid subscribers globally. That's up from 70 million in January.
So how does Spotify compare with Apple?
Well, Apple Music has over 40 million subscribers, but there are reports that Apple Music is actually ahead in the United States and growing at a significantly faster rate.
Great stuff. Thanks, Nicole. Also joining us, Danielle Knox from Fox 35 Orlando. She has what you need to know today. So, Danielle, I hear food coloring could be dangerous for kids.
Yeah, Kristen, a warning from pediatricians about harmful food additives. The American Academy of Pediatrics says chemicals used to color, preserve, or package food pose dangers to children. They say health risks, including obesity and hormone disruption, have been linked to commonly used chemicals found in everything from plastic wrap to metal cans and packaged food. Well, walking into work with unhappy vibes could help power your productivity. This research comes from the University of Waterloo in Canada. They found being in a bad mood can help focus attention, manage time, and prioritize tasks better. Well, now your vodka can live long and prosper. 10 Forward Vodka, which is named after the on-ship bar on the Starship Enterprise D in Star Trek: The Next Generation, is created by sending a small batch of the alcohol out into the Earth's mesosphere using a high-altitude balloon. The vodka is now available for pre-order, and that's what you need to know. But, Kristen, I don't know if this actually helps the taste, though I don't drink, so I'm not a good judge. What about you?
You know, Danielle, I'm with you, but I bet those diehard fans will think it tastes amazing no matter what. Thanks, Danielle. Top 30, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Top 30. Who doesn't love chocolate? Well, research out of Loma Linda University suggests certain types of chocolate may boost your mood, memory, and more. Nutritionist Carrie Glassman, founder of NutritiousLife.com, joins us to talk about this. So welcome to the show, first of all.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Well, I'm really excited that I hear chocolate is the newest superfood.
Me too. So chocolate is known as a superfood because of the cacao in chocolate. So when you're consuming chocolate, you want to go for at least 70% cacao, which you can think of as dark chocolate. High quality dark chocolate may boost your immune system, and it can act, as the study showed, as an anti-inflammatory.
So what other superfoods would you recommend?
Superfood in general really is just a made-up term. There isn't a specific definition. All whole, real foods are foods that work for you, to do something good for you as opposed to working against you. So think of an apple. It has fiber, it has vitamin C, which is good for your immune system and your skin health. Or salmon, which has omega-3s, essential fatty acids, which has been shown to be helpful for cognition and even your mood. So I always tell people to try to get in vegetables at every single meal, and especially greens. Try to get greens in twice a day. Healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, nuts and seeds. Lean, high-quality protein.
I'm gonna ask a stupid question. If you've got vegetables and you put some butter and salt on the vegetables, does it cancel out the nutrition?
It doesn't completely negate it if you're adding just a drop of salt and you're using high-quality grass-fed butter, especially.
All great information. Carrie, thanks so much for stopping by. Roseanne Barr returned to TV, and the reaction was mixed. Barr was interviewed by Sean Hannity for his Fox News show. ABC canceled her sitcom in May. Barr was accused of racism after a tweet comparing Valerie Jarrett, a former advisor to President Obama, to the Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes. Jarrett is African American. Roseanne told Hannity it was a political tweet. She also addressed Jarrett directly, saying, "I'm so sorry that you thought I was racist."
I never meant to hurt anybody or say anything negative about an entire race of people, which I think 30 years of my work can attest to.
Let me go beyond that and just talk about...
Plus, I tell her, she's got to get a new haircut. I mean, seriously.
Some tweets called Roseanne a straight shooter and a strong woman, as well as a national treasure. But NPR called it a masterclass in how not to apologize. One viewer tweeted, "Roseanne is shocked her politically motivated racism was called regular racism." Even dictionary.com weighed in. The site tweeted the definition of an apology. It then wrote, "Whether or not Roseanne made an apology is up to you." Okay, it's one of the most frustrating social faux pas. We meet someone and instantly forget their name. So why so much trouble from a single word? Well, according to Charan Ranganath of the UC Davis Dynamic Memory Lab, as information competes for our attention, we're unlikely to remember what doesn't interest us. That's especially true with common names. They don't stick out as something unique. Luckily, there's a way to master the name game. Find some distinct feature to link a person and their name in your mind. Take an active role in reinforcing the name by repeating it back. Ask for a business card or have the person spell it out. If you do forget, Ranganath recommends mentally recreating the moment you first heard the name, and maybe it'll come back to you. Top 30, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Andrea Robinson from Fox 10 Phoenix has this week's life hacks. So, Andrea, what do you have for us?
Hey, Kristen, your first life hack this week is a laundry hack. Nothing is worse than a sweat stain on a light colored t-shirt, and sometimes it never seems to come out. Lemon juice will do the trick. Put it in a spray bottle with a little bit of water, spray it on the stain, let it sit for a bit, throw it in the wash like normal, and it should come out brand new. Next up, a vodka hack, and no, you're not going to drink this one, but if you have cheap vodka, this is a great use for it. It will keep bugs and pests away from your picnic table, or if you're eating outside. Simply put it in a spray bottle, spray the picnic table or where you're eating, and they will vanish like that. And lastly, another kitchen hack for you, a cleaning one, olive oil. If you take a little bit, dab it on a soft cloth, you can shine your chrome or stainless steel appliances. It'll take all the fingerprints and all of the scratches out of it just like that. Kristen, those are your life hacks this week. Back to you.
Always great stuff. Thanks, Andrea. Serena Williams lashed out after reports revealed she's the most drug-tested women's tennis player. Deadspin reported she's been tested 5 times this year. That's more than double the number of tests for any other female tennis player. This week, Serena spoke out about the topic, tweeting, "It's that time of the day to get randomly drug tested and only test Serena. Out of all the players, it's been proven I'm the one getting tested the most. Discrimination? I think so. At least I'll be keeping the sport clean. Hashtag stay positive." The U.S. Anti-Doping Agency is the organization that conducts the tests. Neither they nor the Women's Tennis Association has responded to Serena's tweets. Serena has previously said she's okay with being tested. She just wants to make sure everyone is tested equally. Traces of radioactive particles have been found in California wine. A group of French scientists tested 18 bottles and discovered that remnants from Japan's Fukushima nuclear meltdown made their way into some of the Golden State's Rosé and Cabernet Sauvignon, produced from 2011 and on. Believe it or not, clouds of a radioactive isotope called cesium traveled over the Pacific from Japan and made its way to the California coast. In research submitted to the Cornell University Library, it revealed that some wines produced after the disaster were twice as radioactive than those made before. But don't freak out. The radiation levels they found were so small, they're not considered a health risk. California officials echoed that, saying the wine is safe to drink. Cheers to that. In today's Hometown Stories from Fox 13 Tampa Bay, on July 8th, 15-year-old Joey Johnston was left hospitalized after jumping off a bridge into a lake with some friends. A huge Tampa Bay Rays fan, Joey watched from his hospital bed as outfielder Daniel Robertson made history, hitting the first walk-off grand slam in team history. Just an hour after the exciting win, Joey got the surprise of a lifetime when Daniel Robertson himself walked into his hospital room to tell him that home run was for him. Not stopping there, he hit another home run the very next day, now showing his Prayers for Joey bracelet to the camera, giving Joey motivation to keep fighting. In our next story from Fox 10 Phoenix, with bullying being a leading cause for depression for kids at a very young age, the Pinal County Sheriff's Office is unveiling a new PSA with the goal to show parents how bullying affects kids by simply having the kids read the hurtful messages that were directed to them. With their new video, they hope to address the issue at its core, showing that even the smallest thing a kid can learn can affect not just their own future, but many others as well. And in our final story from Fox 29 Philadelphia, Joseph's house in Camden, New Jersey looks to not just provide a roof for the thousands of homeless people in the area, but also to inspire them to get back on their feet. Joseph's house is unique because its volunteers are those who can really understand the struggle most, with nearly all of them being former residents. By sharing their own stories, the volunteers prove that no matter what you go through in life, you can always rise above it. Welcome back to Top 30. Brock Turner is trying to get his conviction for sexual assault overturned. In 2016, Turner was found guilty of sexually assaulting an unconscious woman. Prosecutors asked for a 6-year sentence. Turner was sentenced to 6 months, but only did 3. The ruling was seen as too lenient. It was so controversial, voters in California removed the sentencing judge from office this year. Now lawyers for Turner are arguing that he never intended to have sexual intercourse with his victim, and that he only wanted, quote, outer course. Attorney Eric Molthop argued that Turner was fully clothed and engaged in a, quote, safer alternative to intercourse. He also said the clothing should have given a jury reasonable doubt. The judges seemed skeptical. One of them reportedly told Turner's lawyer, "I absolutely don't understand what you were talking about." The Sixth Circuit Court has 90 days to issue their decision. Well, one of our favorite artists is bringing his world tour back to the U.S. And Elizabeth Stanton from Popstar Magazine joins us to tell us more about it. Hi, Liz.
That's right, Kristen. Ed Sheeran has literally been all over the map since 2017 on a worldwide stadium tour. After several triumphant sellout shows in Europe, he returns to North America mid-August and is set to perform at least 15 dates coast to coast through November. Of course, the details of the set list are perfect. The global superstar stays humble despite an impressive 15 nominations and 6 wins at this year's Billboard Music Awards, in addition to several chart-topping singles. The tour supports his popular third album, Divide. Ed Sheeran must be one of the hardest working performers in the business. By the time he wraps in November, Ed will have performed over 200 shows in around 20 months. Remarkable, right, Kristen? Back to you.
Yeah, pretty remarkable indeed. Thanks, Liz. A new survey shows parents are talking to their children about money much earlier in life, and experts say that's a good thing. The study found about 40% of millennial parents say 12 or younger is a good time to teach kids about money. That's nearly double the percentage of baby boomer parents who had the talk with their kids before they were teenagers. And the education about money was in several stages. Parents surveyed said they taught preteen kids about saving and making a budget in grade school. Once kids hit their teenage years, parents tackled more complex issues of having a good credit score, avoiding debt, and the pros and cons of using credit cards. And when the kids reach their 20s, relevant topics like buying a home, insurance, and saving for retirement became the focus of money conversations. Financial analysts say starting these lessons early and having constant communication is a good way to keep an open dialogue and teach children something that's best learned from experience. Science may have turned back the clock. In an unprecedented discovery, researchers at the University of Alabama at Birmingham have reversed wrinkles and hair loss. In mice, at least. Scientists used gene editing to disrupt mitochondria, which produce some 90% of the chemical energy our cells use to survive. As we age, mitochondrial function declines, and we see results like wrinkles. For 2 months, the team placed an antibiotic in mice's food and water to help mimic that natural depletion. After 4 weeks, the mice were lethargic, with signs of lost and graying hair. By week 8, wrinkles had set in. When the gene mutation was removed and mitochondrial function restored, the mice saw their smooth skin and thick fur return, reversing the signs of aging. If this restoration can be replicated in humans, scientists believe it won't only lead to skin and hair regeneration, but could also help fight diabetes, certain cancers, and other diseases. More Top 30 after this. Welcome back. It's never too late to live out your dreams. And for 36-year-old David Thomas, that dream included the salty breeze of the Gulf, crashing waves and sand between his toes at the beach. Thomas was born with cerebral palsy and says he's only ever left his home county of Jefferson, Alabama, one time in his life more than 20 years ago. But all that changed when he visited Panama City Beach with his church family. As he looked out at the beach, Thomas said, "This one moment I'll never forget. No matter how old I may be, I will never forget this." Thomas got emotional at the beach and said he hopes to be an inspiration to other people that they should never give up on their dreams. And now that he's checked the beach off his bucket list, he says Disney World is next. The new corporate uniform isn't a suit and tie, it's a fleece vest. Yes, the go-to look for professional men has morphed into a button-down shirt, beige slacks, brown dress shoes, topped off with a blue or gray fleece vest, preferably from Patagonia or Vineyard Vines. This new business casual trend has its roots in Silicon Valley. The laid-back culture gave rise to the dominance of the vest, and even Hollywood's taken notice. Jared Dunn, one of the main characters on HBO's Silicon Valley, wears a vest in almost every scene. Wall Street has even jumped on the bandwagon. Ever since the 2008 recession, many businesses loosened their attire requirements. And now you see almost every investment banker type clad in a fleece vest, even in 90-degree heat. Here's a testament to how commonplace the trends have become. An Instagram account called The Midtown Uniform posts pictures of men in vests paired with satirical captions like, "Money isn't really yours unless you're fully vested." I can only imagine what'll come next after the vest goes out of style. Okay, could there be life on Mars? Or maybe a chance the planet supports it? Those are questions being asked after Italian scientists detected a roughly 12-mile lake a mile beneath the red planet. Between 2012 and 2015, MARSIS, a radar on the Mars Express spacecraft, sent pulses through the planet's surface. It then measured the waves reflected back and found signal patterns and brightness, implying a subsurface body of water similar to those found on Earth. Experts believe the Martian water likely contains high levels of salt to allow it to continue flowing at its below freezing temperatures. Those conditions may not be ideal for life to form, but some microbes have been able to adapt to similar extreme environments here on Earth. Outside experts have yet to confirm the findings, but the fact Mars may hold liquid water, one of life's essential needs, has many thrilled about the possibilities of what else is out there. Top 30 will be right back. Welcome back. Instagram is the place millions of people go to share pictures and videos with their friends or family. But some celebrities are posting pics and cashing in. A company called Hopper HQ estimated how much celebrities get paid for their sponsored posts and ranked the top 10 in the world. 3 members of the Kardashian-Jenner family made the list, including Kylie Jenner in the top spot. It's estimated she gets $1 million for each sponsored Instagram post. Kim Kardashian ranked 4th, getting $720,000. And Kendall Jenner ranked 10th, getting $500,000. Other big names on the list, Selena Gomez at number 2, getting $800,000. Beyonce, Dwayne Johnson, and Justin Bieber ranked 5th through 7th. And expect the money for Instagram posts to keep going up. Experts say advertisers are focusing more on social media influencers because they can reach more people than print and TV ads. And that's it for today's show. Here's what's coming up on the next Top 30. All those monthly subscriptions we use to stream music and movies could be costing a lot more than people think. Plus, these glasses could be good news for people who suffer from motion sickness. And we talked to a nutritionist to break down some trendy new diets. You can also listen to today's biggest stories on the Top 30 podcast. It's all coming up on the next Top 30.